Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to give you guys a quick unboxing of the Sony ECM-XYST1M. Now this is an external microphone designed to work with pretty much any Sony device as long as it has the multi-interface shoe, which you can find on products like the CyberShot RX1 as well as the VG30. Not that you would need it with the VG30, but when it comes to cameras like the NEX6, A99, as well as many other products, the brand new, soon to drop HX50V, that's where, if you're looking to get better audio quality than what's on board, this device should deliver. So at around $150 retail, you're getting the ability, of course, to have this top-mounted microphone, which will eliminate things, or at least it should eliminate things like, for example, the motor that is driving your zoom, things of that nature. But more importantly, you're going to actually be able to control what you're recording, because it does give you a 0 to 120 degree range. So this is really all about getting the audio for what you're really attempting to, and not that background noise that usually is what we end up with when using the onboard audio on pretty much any camera, despite whoever the manufacturer is. So another thing I want to point out, you do also have a microphone out as well as input on this. Definitely a good addition. I really think one of the cameras that's going to benefit most from this is the NEX6. Unfortunately, I don't have that here to show you guys, but this is pretty much the idea. You get a windshield, which is nice, very similar to the one that comes with the VG30, or at least it seems to be, a carrying pouch, and then also a cable connector for the microphone, I believe. So that's pretty much it. It is pricey, but considering there really are no other alternatives, and Sony is now really standardizing this multi-interface shoe, there is good reason to believe that a lot of you out there will want this. And as I mentioned before, it does have a microphone input on board, which is really one of the key features of this if you're looking to get better audio even than what this can provide. And also, it is powered by the actual hot shoe itself. Beyond that, as I mentioned, compatibility, you can see right here in the packaging, they're pretty much showing you that whether you're using part of the Alpha line, Handycam line, CyberShot, NEX, or even the VG, you're going to have a workable solution to get better audio than what you're going to have in camera. So with that said, let me go ahead and get this out of the box so you guys can actually see it. Of course, it's in one of the traditional, not so easy to open packages, but hopefully I will not have too many issues. This isn't Amazon frustration free, but it's not too bad. But again, I think this is really something a lot of you have been waiting for, especially NEX6 owners. Even though it is compatible with something like the VG30, or excuse me, the HX50V, I meant to say, that's not necessarily the ideal, or this isn't the ideal companion for a camera like that, because this is relatively large, especially on a pocket camera. So I don't really foresee, even though it is compatible, I think it's more about Sony showing us that you've got a compatible device across a very broad line of products. So if you are like myself and rely on Sony for much of your video and photo needs, then this is going to be great as long as your products have that shoe. So as you can see, we've got a lock there. This, of course, is the actual connection point. The microphone input right there on the left side of the body of this. A little bit weighty, but it is all plastic. You can see we've also got normal as well as low-cut switch there. And basically, this is the solution, as I keep saying, that so many of you have been waiting for. And I will re-emphasize it over and over again, because the NEX6 is really where this thing should live, because the NEX6 has great results. However, it doesn't have any other means for external audio other than their Sony's XLR adapter, which of course is almost as, I mean, the price is absolutely ridiculous when speaking in terms of an NEX6. If you're thinking of something like the VG30, then that's another story, because you're in another class of price structure. But for those of you out there really looking for that better audio, that's what this is all about. You can see there's a little bit of flexibility. Really, this is going to prevent you from picking up things like your hand movement on body of the camera. All of those things that you wish weren't there in the recording, That's what this is going to do. And then, as I mentioned before, from the actual packaging itself, it's also going to allow you to control the direction, which is definitely a good feature. Let's see if I can get the rest of the accessories out of the box here, which really, I think, should only consist of instructions, which, as I slowly peel them out of here, you can see we've got our instruction manual essentially telling you which way is proper to actually attach this. Because this is connected to the hot shoe, Sony is not going to recommend that you leave this on, much like their older hot shoe based accessories for the NEX lineup, whether you're using the original older silver microphone for the original NEX lineup or something like an electronic viewfinder. Obviously, if you leave this attached, you're going to put the device in jeopardy. It is modular and you do not want it to break off. But some basic instructions there. Your general warranty should be here as well, but this is the instruction manual. And then we've got our carrying pouch, which of course you will need in order to tote this around, at least if you're going to listen to Sony, which I highly recommend because, as I said earlier, you do not want that breaking off. And then the very last two pieces should be our windshield, which is right here. And yeah, really, really similar to what we find with the VG line of camcorders. Really, you're going to want to use this outdoors only because that's the whole idea, to cut wind noise, and you're not going to see much of that indoors. And then finally, the microphone cable here as well. So really a lot of flexibility offered by this accessory. Yes, it is expensive, but if you've been waiting for a way to improve your audio performance from what is standard out of the box on cameras like the RX1, or as I mentioned, the NEX6, or the soon-to-be-released HX50V, this is definitely, at least at the current moment, not only your only option, but probably your best. So I'll be doing some samples for you guys and further review. If you guys have any questions or comments about this accessory, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.